Dr. Reddick here with another 5-minute leadership coaching video. Thought I'd give you a little different point of view today. I'm actually in Vegas. I attend a leadership conference here and meet with 1,500 other leaders, and it's a good opportunity to network and sharpen my skills and hear some other people's ideas on leadership, which I take the best of and incorporate into my coaching. Had a great conversation yesterday with a gentleman about direct reports and employee engagement, so I thought I'd take some time and share some of that with you. A question came up. How many direct reports should I have? And that's an interesting question, and it relates directly to engagement, and let me tell you why. So first off, what's employee engagement? Employee engagement has to do with the emotional investment of your employees in their work. They're not at work coming in, doing their job and going home, right? They're emotionally invested in the work. They're interested in doing the work. They're successful. Why is that important? Well, it really comes down to productivity. Most research shows that employees that are engaged in their job are about 21% more productive than employees that are not engaged. Not disengaged, not engaged. Disengaged employees are what we've come to love as quiet quitting, where they're doing the bare minimum to avoid getting fired. And that's a whole nother thing. But the difference between the average employee and a highly engaged employee is about 21% increased productivity. So for 4 employees, you're going to get the work of 5. Would you like to get the work of 5 people out of 4 people? You want engaged employees. Okay, so what's that have to do with the number of direct reports? Well, engagement increases when you have one-on-one time with your manager, specifically an hour a week. No more than an hour a week, but one-on-one focused time on your career and development with your leader. So here's where that helps determine span of control. So 1 hour one-on-one time with your manager, that's the ideal amount for optimal levels of engagement. At half an hour every 2 weeks, that's the minimum amount of time to meet with an employee, to not have them disengaged to where they start quiet quitting. They need at least a half an hour of your time, one-on-one focused time, talking about how do we well, let's save that for next week. What should we do with that time? So half an hour every other week. So this helps determine span of control. Span of control is how many direct reports should a manager have? Okay, could you have 40 highly engaged employees? No, because that requires 40 hours, 1 hour a week, of just meeting with employees and no time to do anything else. Can you imagine a job where all we did was meet with our employees and talk about stuff that matters to them? Absolutely not. Could you meet with 20 people? Maybe, but realistically, that's not going to happen either. If you want highly engaged employees, you need to think about the number of hours you can commit to meeting with your employees. So let's say that you're working 50-hour work week, and you can allocate 10% of that time dedicated to meeting with and interacting with your employees. That gives you 5, a span of control of 5. If you could, let's say you're doing a 40-hour work week, and you can allocate 20% of your work week to meeting with your employees. That gives you a span of control of 8. 20% of 40 hours is 8 hours a week. 8 hours a week would give you a span of control of 8. So it's really, span of control should have to do with your capacity to spend one-on-one time with your employees to increase engagement, which ultimately affects productivity. Something to think about. Hope that you found this tip helpful, and I will be talking to you next week from back home. If you need a leadership coach, I'd love to talk to you.